Hi there, and welcome to another edition of 10 Tips in 10 Minutes. My name's Sid Ragona, and today's topic is how to become a manufacturer's representative. I get asked this question quite often, and to be honest, the answers are different for every single person. However, I have taken 10 of the common elements and put them into this presentation. So without further ado, let's get started. A manufacturer's representative carries several product lines and does not receive a salary but does receive a percentage of the sales that they close. Manufacturers' representatives offer a cost-effective solution for sales to small to mid-sized companies that are looking for rapid growth. Now that we have a brief statement of what a manufacturer's representative does, let's think about some prerequisites that you should consider before even thinking of starting a manufacturer's rep company. The prerequisites are that you need savings and you need sales experience. You need savings because depending on what you sell, it may take 1 to 2 years to have a steady stream of income. You need sales experience because that's what you're doing, you're selling. There's no sugarcoating that one. Have sales experience, that's what you need. Tip 1. Pick a market niche that you know. Everybody's heard the phrase, it's who you know. But when it comes to sales, it's who knows you. And that's the important thing to consider. Pick a market niche you know and make sure the market niche knows you. Tip number 2. Establish a business as a legal entity. It needs to be either an LLC or a corporation. There may be a temptation to save money and do this yourself, but I can't stress, do this right the first time. Use a lawyer. Tip number 3. Find companies in your market niche to represent. You need to find several companies to represent. Only represent the companies you feel good about and you believe in. After all, it is your manufacturer's rep company. You can rep who you like, so you might as well choose the good ones. That's the beauty of it. Tip number 4. Always represent synergistic product lines. This allows you to effectively sell products from different companies 100% of the time. A typical synergistic example would be if you sell wine, why not sell wine glasses and corkscrews? Synergy is the key to success. A lack of synergistic products truly is a fast track to the poorhouse and you going out of business. Tip number 5. Define your territory. This is the classic Goldilocks situation. It doesn't need to be too big and it doesn't need to be too small. It needs to be large enough to be managed. In fact, a good rule of thumb is select the largest territory you can that you can effectively manage. And that's the key. Can you effectively manage that territory? Also, make sure that that territory is roughly the same for all of your product lines. This actually then combines with your synergistic products that we discussed previously. Tip number 6. Legal agreements, sometimes called contracts. Remember, you're operating a business. When you represent another company, you need a contract between you and the company you represent. This is extremely important, and this is not something you should cobble together yourself. This is another example where you should always use a lawyer. Make sure the agreements are fair, make sure that you understand every clause in the agreement, and remember, the only thing worse than operating without an agreement is operating with a bad agreement. Make sure you have an agreement that's fair to both sides, and make sure you understand it. Tip number 7. Care for the companies you represent. After all, they are your customers. Treat them as such. Tip number 8. Always remember you're running a business now. You've transitioned from being a salesperson in a business to being a business person in sales. Tip number 9. Make sure you surround yourself with mentors. Mentors in sales, mentors in business, other manufacturers, representatives, and also score mentors. If you get a score mentor, make sure that they understand sales or the sales rep business There's many mentors that have been actually manufacturers' representatives for several decades, and these are excellent sources of information. They have the wisdom of the ages. Use it. Tip number 10, join a trade association. The largest one for manufacturers' representatives is MANA, Manufacturers Agents National Association. The cost of joining MANA is a little bit shy of $300. I think it's $295. It's worth every single penny. I hope these 10 tips were useful. There's obviously a lot more to being a manufacturer's rep than I covered. These are the very basics and the ones I consider very important. If you need more information, my email is below right here. Yep, that's where it is. I always have to check because I can never tell whether it's going to show up or not. Thank you for watching. Have fun. You may go for a long time without any money. I did. To that, and that is okay. I wonder if I can say anything different.